Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you. That is,
we're going for a hug.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Hug.
friendly.
Good to see you.
How's it
You smell
going,
like a
man? Good to see you.
How did my award do that day? How did my award
I
do
think
that
your
day?
award did very well.
Remember? Yeah.
It was good. I think it got a lot of action on social media. And in fact, actually, speaking of social media, someone literally asked, Karen Golly on Facebook asked us a couple of minutes ago saying, will you be talking to Aaron tonight? So,
oh, really?
So yeah, Karen's going to
here,
so Karen,
here we are.
If you have any questions, please let us know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Karen, you know, country fans are amazing. I know a lot about the pop side of things and rock side of things because my son, Jordan, played with Favorite Drive for about 7 or 8 years.
Right.
And toured all over and had amazing fans. He did notice, though, when he started going to do country himself, he's a country artist now, he said the fans seem to be really extremely, they have longevity. So once they're your fans for life. So people like Karen and the numerous fans that I've got, they've been there since day one.
Well, and you know their names. I mean, it's a mutual thing, right? So I think it's also what they get from you as well, right?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Thanks.
What do you think it is that leads so many rock artists to at some point transition into being country musicians? Because it's been happening since the 70s. I think of John Doe and X, and now Darius Rucker is huge.
And Dallas Smith actually.
And Dallas Smith was obviously with Default or Default. I don't know if there's any other way to say it, but Default.
We'll find one, yeah.
But yeah, I think what it is for me anyways, I grew up listening to rock when I was a kid, when I was 14, 15. Van Halen, AC/DC, Motley Crue, Def Leppard. That was my sort of thing. And I infuse some of that into my country music now. And I've always been able to do that. When it comes to people that listen to country music, especially in the last 10 years, a lot of people are transitioning from that rock era from the 80s and 90s to country music because they can relate to it a little bit better, I think, than maybe some of the new stuff that's coming out. But the new stuff, I love the new stuff, the new pop, rock, and everything like that too. So I listen to it all. And country music listeners do too, especially in Canada. They listen to everything. Yeah.
Speaking of what's new, it was very funny to us when the show started. We looked up, we're like, oh, I think Electronic Album of the Year. I think the first award has been given out. I was like, I think that's Aaron Pritchett. I don't think he is winning Electronic Album of the Year.
No.
How do you feel about electronic music? Because that, to me, having a guy in a hat up, giving out the first award for electronic was a great,
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I couldn't do anything about it in time, but I thought about it and I thought maybe I should try and find like a dead mouse helmet and put a cowboy hat on top and walk out and give out the award like that, or maybe funny. Devo from like the 80s with a cowboy hat instead. But obviously it's pretty cool to be given out. I live on Gabriel Island, which is a little island off of Nanaimo in British Columbia, and a lot of people there, they're sort of ex-transients. They didn't know where to live, and then they come to Gabriel. It's like, that's where I want to live. A lot of them listen to electronic music. So I've been exposed to electronic music a fair amount over the last 3-4 years. So I love it. I've really grown to understand what it's all about, and definitely love more than most people would know or think.
So should people look forward to some big drops? Like when you're putting out a new record, it's a lot of...
There is some of those inflections in today's country music.
It's in there now,
there's a lot of the transition from country to pop happening.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering about the big bassy electronic stuff.
Well, if you listen to Dallas Smith's music, or you listen to a little bit more of my music too, because I work with Dallas Smith's producer, engineer Scott Cook, who has a lot of those inflections. He worked on all the Florida Georgia Line stuff, not to name drop, but that's where he gets his power from when it comes to coming out with some great productions like mine. And there are those big drops where you just wouldn't expect it in a country music album, and sure enough. And here we are nominated for
that's right.
for Album of the Year, Country Album of the Year. So
it's all happening. Yeah. So I mean, you've got that nerves out of the way. How nervy are you now for the rest of the night?
You know what? I'm surprisingly not nervous. I wasn't even really nervous getting up there and handing out the award like I did. I was just excited to be a part of everything. And I think we talked about that when I did the JUNO TV thing at the announcement. I'm just beside myself that it's nominated and that I'm here, and this is so cool. I'm just so proud to be a Canadian and to be honored with the nomination of one of the final 5 to be nominated for Country Album of the Year is truly an honor, and it's something that I will always cherish.
Wonderful.
That's great, and it's well deserved as well.
Thanks.
Now, I'm not sure which of, I would love to because we're not in a hurry right now, and so I would love to indulge either in some Memory Lane or some Proust.
Oh.
Lana, what are you feeling? What do you think is the
Sarah McLachlan is being inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. Are you a McLachlan fan?
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to go down Sarah McLachlan. We have a little sign. We have something called McLachlan Memory Lane. It's just to kind of like bring you back to help you mentally prepare for those moments.
Right.
So let's talk about Sarah McLachlan for a minute. Do you have some great memories associated with her music?
Definitely. Let's go down.
I just like it as a prop. Yeah. It keeps us grounded here. That's the exact vibe.
Yeah, we're in the Wayne's World of the Junos.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have a bit of a somber story, I guess you could say. So I was working at a club in Pitt Meadows, BC back in 1999. And this year is specific for one reason, because there was a race car driver from that area, and he passed away in a car accident. He was actually an F1 driver named Greg Moore. And Greg Moore passed away in an accident. I can't remember whether it was a training run or whether it was an actual race. And it just crushed the community. I remember that, and it was terrible. But the song that was associated with that was Arms of an Angel.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So for me, the day that happened, I had so many people that I knew that were friends with Greg, that it was just that moment, and they asked if we would play that song, and it was played at his funeral, and it was quite a touching song. I never forgot that. And then I got to meet her last year at a birthday party. First time ever. It was a friend of mine's birthday party, and she was there. And I didn't get to talk to her too much about that. I don't want to bring that sort of thing up with her, but it was really inspirational. And I've always loved her music and always loved her as an artist, and so proud that she's Canadian and done so well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's
such a wonderful
Sarah
story.
McLachlan memory lane.
And it speaks to the, I think the gravity and the, I don't know, the way that she's really sort of just part of the fabric of people's lives in this country. I mean, very genuine.
She really is. And I think, am I wrong in saying that she had a song in Toy Story?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought she did.
Maybe.
And I don't know if maybe somebody out there watching right now.
I'll do it quick. I'll do it and I'll let people
check
know.
it out. But I thought there was this, it's a touching moment, and she is the queen of touching moments as far as I'm concerned when it comes to songs. So, yeah, and it's got to be amazing for her to be honored here.
Well, Aaron, thank you so much for your
Thanks
time.
for having me.
Nice to
Thank you so much.